Since the release of the original Mortal Kombat, we've seen a lot of characters come along. Some are close allies, while others are embroiled in grudges that often end up in brutal fatalities. In this list, we're looking into some of the greatest rivalries in Mortal Kombat. Number 10. Liu Kang vs Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung, only one fight remains. Face me in Mortal Kombat.
Liu Kang is basically the main rival of all Mortal Kombat villains, since for the first 4 games, he was the one destined to beat them all. But Shang Tsung's defeat at the hands of Liu Kang in the final battle of the 10th tournament was devastating, because had the sorcerer won, he would have triumphed in his efforts to gain control of Earthrealm. Liu Kang literally ruined his dream and made Shang Tsung a failure in the eyes of his master Shao Kahn, who eventually absorbed his soul and used it to empower Sindel before sending her to Earthrealm. It took until Deadly Alliance for Shang Tsung to finally have revenge by ambushing him along with Quan Chi during his training session, which ended up in Liu Kang's death. For the first time in the franchise history, Liu Kang becomes unplayable in a game. However, it all backfired when Liu Kang came back as a vengeful zombie in Armageddon. Number 9. Scorpion vs Quan Chi.
You've done my bidding well, Scorpion.
For years, Quan Chi has tricked Scorpion into believing that Sub-Zero was actually involved in the deaths of his family and clan. He even ends up killing Bi-Han, the older Sub-Zero. But it was later revealed to him that Quan Chi was the true mastermind behind his family's demise. In retaliation, Scorpion tracks him down until finally capturing and decapitating him in one of the most gruesome scenes in Mortal Kombat.
Blood for blood. Your debt is paid.
Number 8. Sonya vs Kano.
I don't negotiate with scumbags.
Sonya and Kano's rivalry is one of the fiercest ones in the franchise. The two represent different factions that are completely opposite to one another. Kano on one hand is the leader of the Black Dragon, an international crime organization known for smuggling prohibited arms and weapons, whereas Sonya is one of the most prominent members of the Special Forces, a unit that is in charge of protecting the citizens of Earthrealm. The rivalry starts when Kano strikes a deal with Shao Kahn to command and supply his armies with weapons that were eventually used in the invasion of Earthrealm. In retaliation, Sonya tracks him down and defeats him in combat, although she fails to bring him to justice since he was surrounded by his allies from Outworld.
Bastard.
Number 7. Smoke vs the Cyber Lin Kuei Ninjas.
Now do you understand the power of the Grandmaster's vision?
Smoke really has one of the most tragic stories shown in the franchise. He's introduced as a human ninja during Mortal Kombat 2, nothing more than another member of the Lin Kuei clan. But with the forces of Outworld and the Netherrealm united, Shao Kahn and his allies initiate a full-scale invasion against Earth to merge the two realms. To protect his clan, the Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei decides to turn all his ninjas into cyborgs. However, not all ninjas approved of the idea, notably the younger Sub-Zero and Smoke, who considered the program to be a fate worse than death. This division sparked one of the most outstanding rivalries in Mortal Kombat. On one side we had the younger Sub-Zero and Smoke, and on the other we had the Cyber Lin Kuei ninjas led by Sector and Cyrax. The rivalry eventually ended when the Cyber Lin Kuei ninjas managed to capture and transform Smoke, who later reappeared as part of the ultimate cyborg known as Triborg. Number 6. Mileena vs Kotal Kahn.
As the heir to my father, Shao Kahn, I, Mileena, Khanum of Outworld, order your execution!
This rivalry unfolded immediately after the demise of Shao Kahn at the hands of the Elder Gods. Mileena, who was the sole surviving heir to the throne, became the Empress of Outworld, but was quickly overthrown when Reptile revealed her true origins. However, Mileena was not going to relinquish the throne without resistance. She negotiated a deal with Kano, who sold her the Amulet of Shinnok, and helped her along with Rain, Tanya and the Tarkatan army to launch a surprise attack against Kotal Kahn, which was unsuccessful, although she managed to escape. But that didn't last long, since Devora, with the help of the Special Forces, tracked Mileena down and brought her to the Emperor himself, who ordered her execution and ended this rivalry once and for all. Number 5. Shinnok vs. the Elder Gods.
Tremble before me, Elder Gods, as I absorb Earthrealm's power.
This rivalry sparks the whole thing that we know as Mortal Kombat. After defeating the evil one Bean, the Elder Gods decided to split his energy into 6 realms to make sure that he'd never come back to life again. One of the Elder Gods named Shinnok, however, gave in to greed and illusion of ultimate power and wanted the new realm of Earth for himself. Since the Elder Gods cannot interfere directly with the realms, they appointed Raiden to protect Earth from Shinnok's villainy. For hundreds of years, Shinnok and Raiden fought fiercely against one another, and with the help of the Elder Gods, Raiden eventually came out victorious and banished Shinnok to the pits of the Netherrealm. Number 4. Shujinko vs. Onaga.
I am Onaga, the Dragon King of Outworld and soon-to-be ruler of all that exists.
Shujinko's animosity against Onaga started in Mortal Kombat Deception when the latter appeared to him in the form of an ethereal being that calls itself Damashi. Damashi deceives him by claiming that he's an emissary of the Elder Gods and tells him to embark on a quest to collect all the Kami-Dogo from the 6 realms. It took Shujinko over 40 years to complete his quest, only to discover that Damashi was in reality Onaga, the Dragon King who possessed an undefeatable army of undead warriors. For this, Shujinko assumed full responsibility and embarked on a desperate quest to destroy Onaga before he finds the secret amulet.
I was the fool who brought him this power. Only I can destroy this threat.
Number 3. Kitana vs. Mileena.
Let us be a family.
Sibling rivalries have always been a pretty common trope in stories, but none quite like Kitana and Mileena's. Kitana had a pretty rough life, believing she was the daughter of the Emperor Shao Kahn and that Mileena was her identical twin. Nonetheless, she was in for a rude awakening when she learned everything she knew was a lie. That Shao Kahn wasn't her real father and that Mileena was actually just a clone made to replace her. In short, Mileena was literally created to be a rival for Kitana, so it's no surprise that they've had a huge grudge that can never end as long as both of them are alive.
You are not my family. You are a monstrosity.
Number 2. Raiden vs. Shao Kahn.
All these ages you have fought me. You denied me my rightful claim. Not this time.
Raiden and Shao Kahn are the Mortal Kombat equivalent of the epitome of good versus evil. In terms of the most powerful rivals who face off through the series, it doesn't really get any bigger than these two. After all, one is the God of Thunder while the other is the Eternal Emperor of Outworld. Their rivalry began when Shao Kahn was on the verge of conquering Earthrealm. But as the protector of this universe, Raiden felt obliged to intervene and face the Emperor, but was really surprised by Kahn's mighty strength and power. It's really obvious that Shao Kahn bested Raiden in every aspect when it came to physical combat. But that was precisely the key for the Elder Gods to intervene and punish Shao Kahn for his tyranny and violation of the Mortal Kombat Code. Number 1. Scorpion vs. Sub-Zero.
More treachery. I will have your head.
This comes as no surprise at all, because this rivalry is simply what defines the Mortal Kombat franchise. It dates all the way back to the original game and couldn't even be stopped by death. Scorpion himself is already a hellspawn, but he also killed the older Sub-Zero during the events of the first tournament. That, however, didn't stop these two from continuing to feud, because Scorpion was out there to exterminate every single member of the Lin Kuei clan, who he believed were responsible for the deaths of his family. Not until it was revealed to him by the younger Sub-Zero that Quan Chi was the one responsible. Despite the fact that these two eventually became close friends, there's no doubt that this rivalry was a big part of why Mortal Kombat has endured in popularity for so long. Did I miss out your favorite rivalry? Let us know in the comment section below. For more, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Game Illusion.